serve a God of chances, and that can be a second chance, third chance, 100th chance, however many it is, he doesn't give up. There is so much freedom in letting go of that shame and that guilt and talking about it. It's hard, but it's not as hard or as painful as keeping all that in and trying to bury it and carry that, because it weighs on you, and that weight expounds daily and yearly, and the longer you have to try to keep that buried, the harder it is to keep it.
I thought my life was over when I lost my daughter. I had a traumatic miscarriage at 7 months where I lost my spleen and very nearly my life. My doctors were able to save me, but they could not save her. And my husband and I were left to pick up the pieces, trying to figure out how to get through each day and what was going to happen next. And I can remember thinking that I wish there was a guide, someone to tell me exactly why I was feeling the way I was feeling, why I wasn't over it quickly, and just how I was going to get through this loss. This book, Your Guide to Miscarriage and Pregnancy Loss, comes out of both the 20 years experience I had caring for people and their families undergoing miscarriage and pregnancy loss, as well as my 2 experiences of this traumatic stillbirth and an earlier first trimester miscarriage. I want everyone who has gone through pregnancy loss to find themselves in this book, whether you too had an early loss or a late stillbirth or a loss somewhere in between. All people who have had a loss can find themselves in my book. So it covers the medical issues around miscarriage and pregnancy loss of all kinds, as well as the psychosocial components of what comes next that day after when you wake up and your baby is gone. To learn more about my story, the stories of the patients I have cared for, and more information about your own experience and what you can expect, you can consider reading my book, Your Guide to Miscarriage and Pregnancy Loss, written by me, Dr. Kate White, and available wherever books are sold.
Today we're making a spiced carrot cake, and ooh, is it delicious. I typically do all the dry ingredients first. So there's our flour, our 1 cup of sugar, kosher salt, baking powder and baking soda, our cinnamon, nutmeg, clove. Now we're going to just put it on low, let it mix a little bit, just getting kind of that initial ingredients dispersed. So what we're gonna do now is go ahead and add in our eggs here. We'll put in our canola oil, and our non-fat plain Greek yogurt, our pure vanilla extract, and then go ahead and throw in your carrots. All right, so we're gonna let this kind of combine just a little bit, get it nice and evenly mixed. Basically what we do is take this, bake this in the oven, about 25 minutes, but just make sure that it's kind of lightly golden brown on the top, and when you insert a toothpick, it comes out clean.
We do very complex repairs and oftentimes very beautiful art inside the baby's chest or child's chest, but the family doesn't get to see any of that. And all they see is a scar. And they're all such beautiful, beautiful kids and have beautiful, unusual hearts, but beautiful hearts. After I finish the case, I go and talk to the family.
You did great, you were a superstar.
I try to get hints ahead of time. I'll ask the kids what they like, if there's sports they love, or if they have a stuffed animal with them, so I'll try to get ideas. And it's become a team thing. We'll talk, well, what are you gonna draw? What is the kiddo interested in? And I remember there was this one little girl who was a gymnast, but loved dolphins. And so the person on my team, well, you need to do a dolphin gymnast. And I thought, I'm not an artist, I'm a surgeon. So anyway, she ended up with a dolphin gymnast who was on the balance beam and had Olympic rings on the leotard, and it had her name on it. So, it becomes a team sport. Everybody loves it. There's a real bandage below. So this is a bandage on top that we keep nice and clean, and we put something on top of it to seal it. And then the families save them. I never took formal art classes. It's also become very almost relaxing to me, and it just gives so much joy. My OR team really encouraged me to keep doing this. My team got me a whole box of Sharpies with all these colors and fine tip. I remember I would go up to the ICU and I had finished a case, and the nurse asked me, so what art did you do today? So I described the repair, I put this to this, and then I sewed this here, and she's like, no, what was your bandage art? I was like, oh, so everybody just kind of looks forward to it. It just is able to, I think, lighten and provide some beauty. It's a way for us to show as a team how much we care.